All right, guys. Well, you know, you've seen the night light up driving around, and I had planned on doing, showing it running during the day. However, this thing is a piece of crap, and drove it, and one of the front axles broke. So I had to wait damn near a month, to get a front axle for it, and got it fixed yesterday, which was I think the 12th of April. And I'll be damned, one of the back axles broke. So Banggood did not have the parts, and so I ordered them from China, and it's probably going to take about another month. But the back axle right inside there where my thumb is sheared off. Very similar to the problem I had with the Pirates. So I will put this down. Extremely disappointing. Open this bag and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright, here's the pin. You can see where the ends of it sheared off. So, $36 later, because I ordered an extra set, and then an extra set for the front, which is down in this baggie here. It comes with the axle, some pins, the part that the tire actually attaches to. So, all I can say is, for what they're asking for these things now, I think it's like $275 on Banggood. Don't waste your money. It's cool. It runs good. And yesterday when it broke, I ain't kidding you, I did not jump it once. I drove it in the yard, in the grass, and it just sheared off. So, I don't know what to tell you. You get on YouTube and everybody talks so great about these things, and they constantly break. So, I'm at over $300, Nah, I got this cheaper. I got this one right around Christmas, so it was cheaper. But based on what they are now, you buy this thing, you need to buy extra parts. Banggood didn't even have the rear axles, so it kind of screwed there. And I found one place in China that had them, and I ordered them on eBay from there. So, pretty damn disappointing. So don't waste your money. If you want an RC car and you want to have some fun, get an Arma, get a Traxxas, get something like that where you can get parts locally and not have 10 minutes of fun and then have to wait a month to get parts for it. The lights are cool. The LEDs in the back light up and in the front. And then you got the ones right there. They're pretty cool, and it seems to run a good amount. Likes to wheelie, and when it runs great. But like I said, for the money, I wouldn't spend $275, I think is what they're asking for now, on one of these things, knowing that you better buy front axles, rear axles. And another thing, those screws right there, you'll see some Honda Bond I got on them, because they don't tighten in to that the black piece underneath it very well. They like to strip out, and then I've already lost 2 of those. So I had to buy a set of those as well. I did make do with some 3mm bolts, and I used my 3D printer to make a little shoulder for it, and that was working, but they just not reliable, man. Just not reliable at all. That's a crappy design right there. The screws fall out. I ain't kidding you. I drove this thing, it wasn't even 5 minutes, and you can see the wheel hanging off where the screw had fell out. So got to come up with something better, and I have seen something similar on eBay that may be made out of aluminum, then screw in, and that way the screws don't. I'm gonna have to take one off and check it out. But that's another downside. And there's 2 on the bottom, and there's 2 on the top. There's one right there as well, and there's one right there as well. I did check the center drive shaft to make sure that it wasn't loose yesterday when it started not spinning in the back, and then I seen spun the back wheel and seen that it wasn't spinning the other wheel, so I knew right then and there that pins had sheared off. And the front one, here is a picture of the front one, and you can see the whole knuckle end of it has sheared off. So yeah, not impressed. So definitely give this a, well, I mean, I'll give it an 8 for fun factor, but I will definitely give it a 1 for reliability and the amount of fun you get to have with it, because like I said, 10 minutes into it and it had already broke. So bummer. But once I get the other parts back in, then I will do a video, set it up on my hat cam, and hopefully the GoPro 10,000 doesn't melt down on me, and we will get some video of this thing, and I'll try to do some ramping and stuff. So stay tuned for the next episode of this. Have a good one. Hope you got something out of it. Well, howdy folks. What do we got here? We have the ZD Racing DBX 10. And let me tell you right now, I cannot find my footage from when I unboxed this thing. So you're going to kind of see where later on it states, you know, showing you running at night because I can't find the first part of this video. But anyway, this is made by the same company that makes the Pirates 3. And lo and behold, we have the same quality issues as the Pirates 3, which you will see in part 2 of this video. I just kind of wanted to go over, you know, some of the features of this thing. It is a 1/10 scale, so they say. I don't think it really is, but, you know. Anyway, I mean, it's pretty cool looking. It does have LED lights here in front, and it's got some lights that light up down here, and it has lights in the back right here, and they all do light up. As a matter of fact, I will pull the pins out here and show you guys. There are 2 pins in the front, and then the body lifts up, which is kind of slick. I do like that feature. So of course this is probably gonna get the dogs going. So there's the lights in the front, and then you have the lights down there at the bottom. And then you have there are 4 red and 2 yellow LED lights in the back. So it takes your standard 3S battery. It came with this 3300 milliamp battery. And then what I did is I 3D printed these posts here to make it a little bit taller. But this battery here, this is a 5250, and it's stuffed in there. Actually, I need to make my brackets a little bit taller in order to put the there's a little bridge piece that goes over this. So, but I mean, it ain't going nowhere. It's really stuffed in there, and it runs good when it's not breaking. So, and you'll see in part 2 to this, I've already had to replace one of the rear drive shafts, one of the front drive shafts. I kind of go over, and I don't want to, you know, step on the other extension of this video, but those, I don't even know what those parts are called. Those white parts there, it's where the wheels spin on. So anyway, I forget what I paid for this. I got it around Christmas time. Took forever to get it. Got it late March, early April. So it does run good. Like I said, when it's not breaking, and it's not incredibly fast. It doesn't compare to the Pirate 3. It doesn't compare to the Senton. So, and it has these, I believe they're 14 millimeter or 12 millimeter hex wheels. But yeah, it's okay. So, and it would probably be a great beginner car, because I'm used to the Senton, which is redonkulously fast with that 100C battery in it, and so is the Pirate. So this thing doesn't compare to those two. I didn't expect it to, but it was like really cheap at Christmas time. I don't want to say it was like $179 or something like that. It was pretty darn cheap. So I can't go wrong with that. But I'm not going to fire this up. It's still not quite dark yet, and it is, I don't even know what time it is. It is about 9 o'clock at night here. So I do apologize for the kind of mix up with the videos here, but like I said, I lost my original footage of this, so we're going to leave it at that, and then this is going to go into part 2 to this, kind of going over some of the things that broke, so stay tuned for that. Okay, back again. So what we got here is ZD Racing actually makes upgraded components for the front. Those piece of crap white things where I talked about the screws. Those screws are right there that are glued in, kept backing out. Well, they make a aluminum upgrade piece for this. So what I'm going to do is set the tripod. Well, because I'm doing this on the GoPro 10,000. Yeah, I'll end up setting this. I'm not going to do it tonight, but I will do that here, and I will show you guys how to take these things off and put them back on. So that is what I got for that. I did get some pieces that I use on the Armas to stick down in here and rubber band into those, just like on the Sentin and what I did on the Pirate down in Florida. So I'll be doing that. I haven't done any other upgrades to this thing or got any other things for this thing other than replacement parts to keep it from, well, actually to just keep it running. So can't say I'm impressed with the quality, guys. So, you know, we're going to leave it at that. I did have one of the wheels shear off on the inside. So this back one here is pretty much worthless. It will not stay attached. The hex part of the screw kind of rounded out, so I ended up and I will show it here in a little bit when I start working on the front. I ended up making a 3D printed part on the inside of this wheel that was shaved off. So yeah, the 3D printers do come in handy. So stay tuned, be back here in a flash. All right, folks, we are on the operating table. Cleaner than what you'll find in most hospitals, I'm sure. And we have the Rocket DBX 10, not to be confused with the Rocket Dog, which you've seen in the Arma Big Rock video. We have it on its fancy RC car lift. Not really, it's an Amazon box, but hey, it works. Okay. All right, now what I have laid out here, one of the things I did discuss is this piece here, right here, is what holds your wheel on, and that pin goes through there. Well, one of these had sheared, rounded off. I don't know if I didn't check the tire bolt tightness, but it rounded out, and it rounded out this tire here on the inside. I don't think there's any fixing that, but a complete set of rims on Amazon is not too expensive, and I believe these are bead-lock tires, so I thought about getting some green ones and just, you know, mix and match it up. But anyway, this is the part that I made, so if anybody, any of my fine viewers out there have one of these or get one of these and you have a 3D printer, or you mess one up and you don't have a 3D printer, I could always print one or two or four and send them to you. So there we have that. Now I have some other parts laid out here on the table. I really need to work on making me a rolling stand for my tripod. And this is my Canon Vixia, so I'm sure it will not heat up and die like the GoPro 10,000. Alright, first off we have the front axle shafts CV joint assembly, part number 7503. If you order one of these, get you a set. These are the dog bones for the back. The back does not have a CV joint, so here is the part number for those. Get you a set or two. Alright, these are your front lower A-arms. Part number looks like 1223. I do have two sets of these. I have yet to use one or need one. However, I'm kind of wondering, here is the upgraded parts for the front end that are aluminum. They look like they're aluminum. And the part number is, I'm guessing that's the part number, if that's legible to you guys. Doesn't really have a part number, but if you get on the Banggood and just search for DBX, you know, ZD Racing DBX 10, you'll see these, or I'll look in my order and see if they have an order number, and I'll post a link in the description. But I'm wondering if putting these on is going to cause more stress in the front and cause these A-arms down here to possibly break. We'll see, Ted. Wouldn't be surprised. You know, if they ever optimistic me, something's going to break on it. Okay, this is just a wheelie bar for the set, for the back of it. They do sell these with a wing and a wheelie bar, or you can get it with the back tire and no wheelie bar. I opted for the tire. I don't even know if they had the other ones in stock, but I opted for that, being it gave you an extra tire, so which is kind of nice. Okay. So what we're going to do here, well, actually what I'm going to attempt to do, and hopefully not screw this up, I'm going to take the body off first. There's your 2 pins in the front, which you guys have seen those already, and it just hinges up. There is a connector here for your rear LED light. All you got to do is unhook that. This is a 2.5 millimeter screw that goes into the back here, and I'm sure I'm going to have to take off these hoses. Yeah. They're just rubber. Actually, the front one broke, so I got it zip tied on there. We'll get the body off. Not that you really need to have the body off, but just kind of wanted to also show you guys what it looks like with the body off. So, and there is another one on the other side. And if you guys like seeing this kind of stuff, and trust me, there are millions, well, that may be an over-exaggeration, there are lots of videos on YouTube about the DBX 10, the Senton, the Big Rock, the Pirates 3, and there's another company out there, and I can't remember what they're called, but they make a Pirates 3 clone. It might be a little bit cheaper than the Pirate 3, but the parts are interchangeable because apparently they got a design from ZD Racing, or ZD Racing allowed them to do it. Alright, so that comes off. Here's your body. Nothing too fancy about that. Okay, now what we need to do is take off the tires. We'll do one side at a time. And you know, one thing I did think about doing last night, or actually this morning, is just leaving these plastic ones on. Take the screws out and super glue them and see how well that holds versus going through the trouble of taking it all apart and putting the new ones on here. But I ain't kidding you, yesterday my son and daughter-in-law and grandson were over and took this thing out, and it wasn't in 5 minutes. Screw came out of it. So wasn't too happy about that. But anyway, let's see if we can move you over here, because I'm right here working on this wheel. And we'll leave those there. We'll put the wheelie bar up for now. And yeah, that's what I wanted to mention is check the tightness. Whoa, check the tightness on your wheel nuts every time you drive it, because when I set it up on the stand here, I noticed the back wheels were wobbling a little bit, and that may have been the cause for shredding or rounding out that piece that I was just showing you I ended up making and messing up the wheel. So we'll take this out. And we'll check the condition of the front dog bone. Okay, so let's we need a small Phillips. And is that a Phillips or is that a flathead? I can't tell. It's got dirt in it. Let's see here. Got dirt caked in the front screw. Okay, yeah, it is a Phillips. And then up here, that looks to be about a 2 mil. And then another 2 mil. Let's get a light here. Never can have enough light. Yep. Okay. Alright, so let's put our tire over here. And we'll commence to taking this lower one off. And you know what? Before I completely take this off, we're going to open this bag up. Check out our parts. And here we go. Now we'll flip the top over, put our little screws for that down in there so I don't get things confused. I know I'm kind of critical on the quality of these things. Yeah, it's just kind of, you know, and I apologize for that, but I mean, it really is kind of disappointing, you know, to spend your money on one of these things and then just have it constantly breaking. So, you know, and you know, trust me, even if ZD Racing reached out to me and gave me one or whatever, I'd still give an honest review of it. So. Am I missing a screw? Yep, nope, got all 4 screws. And we got these. So this is going to sit kind of like that. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, that was going to be, this is, oh, they are labeled right and left. So I'm guessing they're looking at this like a car where you sit inside of it and the driver's side is the left side and the passenger side is the right side. Okay, these are not labeled. Not that I see. I'm not seeing any markings. The quality looks fairly good. I don't see any noticeable burrs or anything like that. Okay, so we're going to set this one and we'll use this one here. I'll set these over here for that side, get them out of the way, and we will take, let's go ahead and loosen this top one up. That is a 2 mil. This part here is what broke on the Pirate. You'll remember in that other video I was talking about this part and how it just came dislodged from there. Well, this exact side, the driver's side on the other one, broke. So not to worry though, we do have a replacement down there. Yeah, I'll be damned. Okay, see that? Sheared it right off. Good thing I got replacements. That's the second one that's broke in the exact same spot. So let me get this bolt out of here. We'll just take a look at this whole assembly. Okay, so that just screwed in. That's the bottom. That just screwed into the top piece. Okay. So let's see here. What do we need out of this? We need to take the wheel off, that's for sure. Let's take this screw out of the top here. See if I can remember my order for this. Ah, that's okay. We got the whole other side to look at. Okay, so we got an extra screw there we can keep. This is the part we don't want, so we'll set it right there. Okay, so we need to take our nut there. And we need to take this thing off. which I need a small screwdriver. Pop that off there. And there is a little pin in here, so be mindful of that you don't lose it. But I think the replacement kit does come with another pin. And there is a washer in there. There's a washer behind there. Okay. And yeah, that there's a pin inside there. I don't think we need that, but we'll take it out just in case. Okay, so there's the pin, and then there's that little round thing with a hole in it. And I do not know where the other piece of that is. So we'll stick all that right there. And this looks pretty chewed up. What did I do with those parts? Okay, it does come with the little round barrel piece. Comes with another pin. So we're all good there. What I'm going to do while I got this out, grab me a Q-tip. And let's see here, what do we want to clean it out with? We'll just dab it with a little bit of alcohol. And we'll just put it up inside that, where that doohickey. Make sure there's no dirt or anything in here. Clean that out. Yeah, a little dirty, not too bad. Okay, so let's see here. What do I want to do? Obviously open this up. We'll leave our packaging for that. But I'm down to one of these, so I'm probably going to order another set just to have on hand. There's the new pin. The new little barrel thing. So let's see here, we should have enough for two. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1, 2. That actually looks in pretty good shape still. Alright, so we had a pin in the front, a pin in the back. Looks like they included 2 extra barrels right here. And there are only there's only three pins in here. Okay, well, if there's a pin in the front and a pin in the back, you would think there'd be 4. Let's go ahead and put this thing together. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if this lube is worth. This is just motorcycle chain lube. And we'll just spray a little inside the cup. And we'll put our little pin down in here. set this in here, and then try not to drop this tiny pin. Am I missing something here? Boy, that's hard to see. You want to get this to where it's the hole's facing up, and put that in, and then drop your pin in without turning it. That is easier said than done. Okay, we are in. Okay. Now let's see if it stays in. Alright, so we're going to put it in the hole up here. And we're going to leave that right there, like that. Okay, then we need to put this piece on, which goes like this. Actually, no, we need to put this lower one on here. I'm kind of concerned about this, guys. This thing's really pretty chewed up. Let me get some of that plastic. And I'm guessing when this thing broke, it chewed that plastic. Oh, there's a washer in there. We don't want to lose that. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of a chunk missing out of the bottom of that thing. Well, let's hope that don't cause any issues, because I do not have a replacement one of those. Okay, so then this piece kind of goes out like so. You know what, I can spray the inside of this too. Just give it a little lube. Okay. All right. Sorry guys, right back. Okay, yeah, this piece is actually not needed because we have this piece right here. You just got to take your bearings out and reuse them. So there's our washer. It goes on the outside. And there's our bearing that goes down on the inside. So this goes down here on the inside. And then your washer. Okay, so we got that. So that goes, I believe, this goes back through here. I could just put, yeah, whoa. Well, that was a close call. I don't think the bearing direction matters. You know, I'm debating to put some grease in here or spray some of this stuff in here, but I really don't want anything that's going to, you know, attract a lot of dirt. I'll tell you what though, let's give it a shot. Worst it does is break. Then I gotta buy another one. Keep that bearing in there. something just doesn't seem quite right. It's like I'm missing something here. What am I missing, guys? What did I overlook? Because that bearing that sits in there looks like it just can flop right out. Unless, am I putting this on? Does this go through there? Let's see here. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Maybe this holds it in. I'm looking at the other side here, but yeah. So maybe there was a slot that it goes in. Okay, so this part here is not going to go, it goes on the outside. What am I missing here, guys? I know I'm overlooking something. So looking at the other side, that, okay, so this piece goes on first, and then, see if you look at these two, you know, here's the original one, it's kind of cupped on the inside. This one is not cupped on the inside. So what am I overlooking here? There's that dog bone. Once this sits on here, this piece is going to kind of sit out like that, and it goes in here like so. But what is to hold that little bearing in there? Or that's not, yeah, well, the bearing and the little washer. I mean, you put this in here. So say we set this down here. Okay. I mean, is it just... What am I missing, guys? Something just don't seem right here. So that's gonna sit like, should sit like so. But then, what is... Are these pieces identical, number one? No. They are different. Bear with me. So that's going to be the top. Let's sit just like that. And we got the bottom piece right there. What the heck am I missing? This can't go through here. No. Whoa. Butterfingers over here, guys. Alright, well, we know that goes on the top up there. Top. We got the dog bone. And tell you what, I am just going to pop this other wheel off here so we can take a gander, because something just doesn't seem right with that. Okay, so that just sits in there. But that sits inside this housing. So when we had it together, this would have been the top, bottom. It would have set in here like this. And see how there's room there for that arm to turn. Okay, so if we're looking at that piece there, then we would need, in the same shape, the one with the right. So this should be the right side, or left side I should say. And that is the left one there. So if we orient them into the same direction, they'll sit like this. Okay, so it's going to sit just like that. And that does go on the inside. But, okay, so we're still back to, see that bearing? What is going to hold, what holds that bearing in that washer? Or is the bearing screwed up and that washer came out of it? Where'd it go? I don't even see it. I don't even see it now. Okay. I know you guys are probably saying, ah, it's right here, it's right here. Well, here's the other bearing, I see that. But I swear there was a tiny flat washer. And maybe I need to order another washer, because maybe this washer is broke. Or it came apart, but either way, that goes down into there. Like so. Okay. So we're just going to wing it, see what it does. See if everything goes back together. Alright, so this goes through. And then we do have a washer here, or a bearing. And then there you go. Had to push down on the back side. Okay, so we got that. We got that in there, which is nice. Then we can put our top piece on there, line that up. Okay, so we got that on. So now we should be able to put this thing in the dog bone up into here. Carefully. If I can get it propped up into there. Okay, so that's in. Kind of, sort of. No. Never fails. Nose tickles. Okay, so that's got to be spun. So it drops into the hole. So that is in the hole. So let's take this back out. And every time you do that, then it wants to come right out. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so that's in there. We will put one of these shoulder bolts down in here. So that's not flopping around. And you know what? Where's the blue Loctite? let's put some Loctite on this. Let's open the bottle. Okay, got a generous amount. Is that even a word? A generous amount? And get that down there. Stay. Really? I'm just like Butterfingers today or something. Okay, let's put our bearing back in there. We can put a little dab of Loctite on this. Okay, got that. We still will need the pin for the front. There is that. This washer. We can go ahead and put that pin down in there and put that piece on. The axle nut thingy. Okay, so now all we gotta do is Loctite, excuse me, another one of these, and we will lift it up. And put this in down here. Okay, so that's in there, and it's Loctited. So we should be good there, guys. I will keep these extra pieces, and they're still good, you know. But like I said earlier, you know, if I choose to use them again, then I'll just I'll put some not Loctite, but super glue on them. All right, so let's put make sure we got everything in here. So we spin this side, the other side is spinning. So we're good there. Stuff our wheel back on. And FYI, this is a 7mm nut. Now, I need to look and see if anybody else has ever put, like, I know these are the nylon screws, but they definitely come undone. You know, and I was watching some other videos on the Arma, and they actually have holes in the tires to vent them. I guess that maybe it helps keep them from ballooning. I don't know, but these do not have any holes in them, so guess we can keep the cup just in case. All right, guys, so we've got the one wheel done, the one side. Definitely looks better, big improvement over the plastic. So now we'll do the other side. I'll move you Right there. So maybe you'll be able to see a little bit better what I'm doing. We got our two pieces, and apparently this piece there is a left and a right. They're just not marked. So, all right. So hold on a sec. All right, guys. I'm gonna make this the end of part 1 for the DBX 10. This was definitely getting a little bit on the long side, and in part 2 I will go over some of the other repairs I got, and depending on how long that one is, I do have a new rear differential that I'm going to put into it because something doesn't seem right with the rear end. So stay tuned for part 2.